Al-Hikmat Dawah Services is offering a Ramadan Umrah trip visiting Medina and Mecca on May 11th to May 20th, 2019. Group will be led by SHAIKH SHAFAYAT with an approximate cost of $24.95 per person, departing from Miami, Florida, inshallah. If you are interested in this package, please contact Al-Hikmat Dawah Services at USA Office 954-986-0158 or our Trinidad office 868-325-8276, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com.
All praises are due to Allahu Allah. All praises are due to Allahu Allah. Allahu 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 Allah. Allahu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you would like to dedicate copies of one of these publications as Sadaqah Jariyah, continuous blessings for your parents or dear ones who have passed away, or fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah, please give us a call so we can place your names on these dedicated publications. You can call us at 954-986-0158, or you can also visit us at www.alhikmat.com.
Allah is the creator of different faces. Allah is the creator of all races. Allahu, 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 Allah.
Since 9/11, there has been a great fear of Islam.
We need Muslims, I always say, to speak up in this country.
Much of our Islamic community is perceived to be insular.
Most Americans have never met a Muslim or are not aware of having met a Muslim.
Most people don't have enough education in terms of what the entirety of Islam represents.
It's very easy to hate someone or to put stereotypes on people that you've never interacted with.
But do you think if Muslims were more integrated in society, in America, in the United States of America, then there would have been less anti-Muslim scenario?
I think it's even more important that our clergy speak up. They are, after all, the moral force in our community.
You see, the Islam that is celebrated is one which opens its doors.
Having this type of dialogue in terms of a community outreach, or
Something that Muslims have to do is go out just like you do and inviting non-Muslims to the iftar. And you do a lot of speaking to mixed groups.
We have to change the language from us versus them to a language of we.
I believe that if we can stand together against the forces of hatred and be unified in this country, then we can do wonderful things.
Bringing us together to enhance the beauty of humankind.
I think religion can be such a powerful force for unity.
Of course.
We've made it into this powerful force for disunity.
Keep trying to understand each other and care for each other and keep building a world community, because I believe that's what God wants for us all.
And I'm in their mosques and they're in my temple, and it's been a phenomenal experience. I've had a very warm and welcoming experience from all the brothers and sisters in the community.
That every human being is either your brother in faith or brother in humanity.
In Arabic, the word is lita'arafu, so that you will learn to understand one another.
And this is the truth of what it should be. You see, this is why I am so pleased to come here today, to support the work of Al-Hikmat.
The kind of intolerance and the violence that we see across the globe is rooted in ignorance, which we can overcome by teaching.
Yes.
Also rooted in fear, which we can overcome by experiencing, where we can actually live in each other's presence. It's rooted in this myopic kind of my way only, rather than this understanding that maybe all of us have more in common, and at the core of who we are is this truly global family that we belong to.
I'd like to say what a joy and pleasure it is to have SHAIKH SHAFAYAT as my friend, as my teacher, as my co-worker in the vineyard of Allah, God, where we work together to make this world a better place, to do God's work, to do the work which we are commanded to do as human beings.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Global Issues on Al-Hikmat TV 24/7 online. It is indeed a pleasure to have with us in Al-Hikmat studio Sister Shireen Ali Niazi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sheikh Shafayat. I really appreciate it.
It is nice, it's a pleasure, and I'm sure viewers worldwide will benefit a lot from your discussion.
Inshallah.
And our discussion on different women issues.
Inshallah.
So Sister Shireen has a BS, Bachelor of Science in Journalism, and she is the PR Public Relations Officer for the Muslim Women Organization. So we're going to be touching a lot on women issues, basically with Sister Shireen on this show today. So stay tuned. Again, it's a pleasure to have her and have you viewers on. And women issues, there is nothing more global than a woman issue.
Absolutely.
All right, the whole globe is based on a woman here right now. So, Sister Shireen, tell us a little bit about your background. We know you're the PR for Muslim Women Organization.
Correct.
So before you share with our viewers what motivated you to get involved with MYO, why am I saying MWO? I'm familiar with another organization called MYO, but Muslim Women Organization. What motivated you? What is your guys' mission, your events, your program, the kind of things you do? But before we get into that, let us know a little bit about yourself. Were you born in Florida?
No, I actually was born in Oregon, which most people don't know that about me because I've lived so many other places in the United States.
Wow.
So I was born in Oregon, and I have a degree in journalism. So that's how I started. I have a drive for it. It's something that I love doing. And MW has given me the opportunity to make me the director of PR, which I very happily accepted, and it's been wonderful. I mean, as you know, you have a background in it as well. Journalism really opens up doors. It's the ability of putting out, what you feel or what your love and your determination is, putting it out on the field, and it's amazing.
So what motivated you to get into journalism? Because you're from all the way Oregon.
Yes, I am.
There,
yes.
and
I actually got my degree at Oregon State University, so I degreed in journalism, but that's where my degree is. But I started off at a college newspaper, and I covered sports actually. So it was something that I loved doing, and I loved writing, and I just would go there, and it just made it so interesting to be able to put words on paper and have thousands of people read it was an amazing feeling.
Of course.
And then from there I decided, you know what, print is great, and I've tried it. I tried radio as well, and that was interesting. It was nice to be able to come in. The world doesn't have to see you; they just hear your voice, and then they know. And I talked about other topics and issues on campus, and then it turned into going to the college news station. And I just loved it. It was, something that I admired other people doing. I started off doing sports, and there wasn't, with the time when I started, which was, over a decade ago, there were not very many women in the field. So I would sometimes be the only one showing up, with my notebook, with my camera guy on the field, and it was amazing. I mean, now so many opportunities and doors have opened up, though it still tends to be a very male-dominated field, but it opened up doors for me.
From a Muslim family, how did your family look at that as you getting out there in the media?
Oh, it was very interesting. So I came from a background where my father was into philanthropy. He was a professor, and everybody knew him in this town. So he, came from a background of education, and education was important, and it was important for women to do the same thing as males were allowed to do. So in my household, it was not different. It was exactly the same. So when I started off, there was a lot of criticism. There was a lot of people that said, do you really want your daughter doing this? This is something that you're very, are comfortable with. And he said, for me, it's most important for people to hear her name and know she's out there and make a difference, for a Muslim woman to be out there than it is for anything else. So it opened up doors for me, and I had a very supportive family, which I appreciate now so much.
I like that point you mentioned about the voice being heard.
Yes.
And the point of writing, and you write,
Yes.
you put your expression into words, and you
Absolutely.
write it, and thousands read it.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't really ponder of that. But
don't.
do you know, it's so interesting that the pen is such a powerful thing in Islam.
It
There is
is.
a chapter in the Quran called the qalam,
Yep.
the pen.
Yes.
All right? You know, Surah Noon, that Allah speaks about the qalam, the pen is so powerful in the Quran.
It is.
The pen was the first thing that God commanded to write the whole
Absolutely.
plan out.
Absolutely.
So a pen is a powerful thing.
It is.
Voice is a powerful thing.
Yes, it
when
is.
you study the history of Islam, you hear that God gifted prophets with a good voice.
Absolutely.
All prophets had a good voice.
Yes.
So voice and the pen are two very powerful things. And that brings us into journalism, right?
Absolutely.
it brings us into dawah, it brings us into
does.
communication.
It does, and it breaks stereotypes. You know, you hear a Muslim name and you see a woman behind that, and you say, wow, you know, I'm so used to seeing a stereotype of what Muslim women can do and what they're supposed to do. And you break that norm and you come out, you know, you have a lot of little girls that look up to you and say, wow, you were able to do something that, you know, I want to do. And it creates a pathway for other women too, which is really nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is what really motivated you,
Yes, it
your
did.
writing from college.
Yes, it did.
And you want to share a little more? I know you touched on it briefly, but for our viewers worldwide,
Yes.
we got a worldwide
Yes.
viewers here. The world is very small nowadays
Yes,
with
it is.
internet and communication.
Yes.
So what sort of experience you had, and what organizations, institutions you worked with?
You mean, so I had, you know, I worked with an ABC affiliate. I was a reporter, and you know, you start off really small. This is the thing about journalism. You don't hit big time right away. You start off taking very small jobs. I took a newspaper job, and I remember, you know, and journalism is not always a field where you're making a ton of money. If you're a small reporter in a small town, you know, you're just trying to live and get by. You do it for the love of it,
The love
not
of it.
for the money. Because if you're doing it for the money, then you're in the wrong field.
You're
You
in the
do it
wrong
for the love, and that's how I started off. And you know, I was with an ABC affiliate. Then I also wrote.
And the pleasure of knowing
the
that you have
pleasure.
written something, it got out
Absolutely.
there, people read it, you got
Absolutely.
your message out there.
Absolutely, you have viewers that would, you know, look forward to seeing you on air, and then you would have, you know, when I would write for the newspaper, people that would look for your article and say, wow, there's her name, you know. So it's amazing. It's amazing how many people you can really touch with, you know, what you say, like with a pen, with just writing an article, with just speaking, you know. It opens up so many doors and so many opportunities to even learn and want to listen.
The
you
gift
know?
of the pen and voice are two powerful gifts.
Absolutely.
They are really bounties of Allah.
They really are. They really are.
I mean, if you look at politicians in the
Yes.
world, you can have all the degrees. And you can
Absolutely.
have all the money.
Absolutely.
But when you have that gift of voice,
Yes.
you can get up there.
You can. And positivity. People want
course,
positivity.
of
And I feel like
course.
journalism is part of that. It's bringing positivity and opening up situations to people where people maybe may not have paid attention before, or noticed, or wanted to read something before, or wanted to listen. You open up those doorways for that.
Yes, and journalism does contribute great to the propagation of Islam. If you
Absolutely.
use journalism
Absolutely.
as a vehicle, I mean, politicians, they use journalism.
Yes, they
That's why
do.
they do things to
Yes.
be attractive to the media.
Yes, they do.
And then the media reflects what they said. And if the media do it the opposite, it can
Yes.
be a down scenario for them.
Yes, it can.
So interesting how journalism, and I thought I got to share that with our viewers out there.
Yes.
You know, ask you those questions so young, talented, intelligent people out there would sort of want to get into that dream of journalism.
Absolutely.
That is very much lacking in the Muslim world.
It does.
I mean, you do have Muslim journalists, but
Yes,
very few.
few.
1, 2, or 3, because as you said, everybody look at money.
Yes, they do.
Not at the pleasure and the happiness, the joy, the accomplishment.
No.
And I'm saying this because I love journalism.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
I started getting in the field of journalism at the age of 17. And that's why, you know, I love media, radio,
Yeah.
writing,
Absolutely.
publications, and I use journalism to propagate Islam.
Yes.
Because Islam is about dawah,
It
the
is.
message.
It is.
Journalism is about the message.
It is,
So I think
absolutely.
you were really gifted. And so I want to come to another point. I hope this does
Yes.
not offend you in any way.
No, absolutely not.
So after becoming a journalist,
Yes.
Bachelor of Science in Journalism, worked with an affiliate of ABC,
Yes.
you know, had your dream come true.
Yes.
Then what happened? You got married and you crashed it?
Well, you know, it's a difficult decision. I think being a woman, you face
So
this.
maybe I need to let the viewers know you are married.
Yes, I am.
To a medical doctor.
Yes, I am.
You got 3 kids.
I have 3 kids, yes.
And with all of that,
yes,
you crashed.
Well, you know,
the journalism.
it's so
what do we
hard
say?
when you have 2 people who are in careers that require so much work, you know, constant hands-on work. And when you're a journalist, you know this. When you're on the field, you're on the field. There's some days you don't come back. You're in the studio. Sometimes you're editing. Sometimes, so it consumes your life, but you love it. So that's what drives you to do it. When you have 2 people in the limelight, kind of like how I want to say, it's very tough. Somebody has to take the back seat sometimes at times. And that somebody in our relationship was me. So I decided to go down the route of having children and putting my career on hold. And I tell you, it's a difficult decision because you work so hard. I felt like most of my career, I worked so hard proving to the world, you know, I'm a woman. I can do just as much as a man can do, if not more. And also, you know, I'm Muslim. So I went out into the world and it was, you know, I worked so hard to get my name out there. And I felt like, you know, there's days where I still struggle and I said, you know what, I should go back. I should go back. Because when you're a journalist, it calls for you. It's a calling because you feel it inside. You feel such drive and determination. This is why you chose this career path. It wasn't for the money. It wasn't because your parents pushed you to do it. Because most parents don't push their kids to become a journalist.
They push them to do things that make money.
Right? So they're like, don't be a journalist. Go become a doctor or a lawyer. Don't go into that field. You know, and I had a unique opportunity because my parents pushed me to do whatever it is that I wanted to do. The sky was the limit. Yeah. So for them, they said, sky's the limit. Do what you want to do. And I did it. So it's very tough. I tell you, there are days where I struggle and I say, you know, it's very hard to you know, wake up and do the home, you know, the things that sometimes a homemaker does. I mean, I do sit on other boards. I do help out other organizations. I'm a PTO mom at my children's school. There's so many other things that I do because I try to use the skill set that I have in other places. But it is a very hard decision.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're first a Muslim.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you're first a woman before a journalist.
Yes, absolutely.
So you got to do your Muslim duty,
you do.
Your woman duty. It's natural to have children.
Yes,
it's natural to get married.
Yes,
it's natural to have a family.
It is.
And that comes first.
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, being a woman comes first before being a journalist.
Right, and priorities change.
And priorities change.
They do, over the years.
So what would you tell, you know, technically we are discussing a topic of Muslim woman organization.
Yes.
So what would you tell the woman who come to the Muslim woman organization and say, hey, sister, you know, or a young girl, a teenager, or a young woman, a young adult woman, and she says, you know, I'm looking into getting into such a career that takes a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of my life at this time. What do you suggest? Should I do it? Should I not do it? And then I get married and that's the end of my career. What would you tell a young woman?
You know, I would tell her what I tell my daughters. You know, I have 2 girls. And it's follow your heart. Follow what makes you, you. And if that's journalism and it's not a lot of money, follow it. Because that drive is what takes you for the rest of your life. It's what keeps you going. It's what motivates you to get up in the morning and want to do what you do. So that's the advice I would give her. And you don't have to stop. My situation was unique, and it was 2 people who had...
But you could still freelance on the side.
Absolutely.
I can still privately write articles, submit.
Absolutely. Once my youngest daughter's a little bit older, I'm going to go back to it. I mean, that was the game plan after having my second daughter. I was like, oh, I'm going to go back to it. And then I ended up having another one. So, but once she's a little bit older, that is the game plan, because you should never truly give up who you are. If that's a part of you, you carry that for the rest of your life. And I would tell her that she should continue to strive. She should continue to do what she wants to do.
As long as it's good.
As long as it's good.
It's within the Islamic boundaries.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you can still write on the side.
Absolutely.
You can still do
Yes.
such things.
Yes.
Because the media has become so mobile.
Yes, it has.
Everything is mobile.
And everything's on the internet now.
And everything is on the internet.
Times have
it's
changed.
all about a different time, so it becomes much easier.
Yes.
You don't have to be there physically.
Even
you can sit somewhere, do a video, send a report, and it goes out.
And it goes out immediately. Even with blogging. I mean, there's so many bloggers that just blog, and people love their stuff, love their pages, love what they write. You know, it's all about what you feel inside. And
you
I would
don't need
just
to
push
be in a studio
No,
somewhere.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
That's where times have changed. It's
Yeah.
very unique.
It is interesting
It
how
is.
time has changed.
It is.
A lot of the technological things in the media has become so obsolete.
Yes, they've evolved.
Equipment, the
Yes, because you can go anywhere now and post anything and write about anything from any location now. So times have changed. It really has.
Yeah, yeah. You know, once upon a time, when I would travel in different fields of Dawah and Islam and whatever, message and lectures and conference and programs, we would have to come back to the office, have someone take the photographs, write an article about it, give an update. Now, hear what?
Yeah.
I'm there doing a lecture without any clue. Come home or get back to the hotel all the way out in another country, another state, and I see it's out online. I'm like, how did this happen? So it's somebody in the audience, videoed the speech, took a clipping, wrote their own message, and posted it. The message went out. I don't even have to do it again. What I mean, the office, Al-Hikmat.
Yes, because times have changed.
Times have changed.
Yes,
so wow. So maybe, your experience back at the end of the day, you have studied, you have had the experience.
Yes.
And you love journalism.
Absolutely.
So that puts you into this area of public relations director.
Yes, it does.
Of Muslim Women Organization.
Yes, it does.
So what is the mission of Muslim Women Organization?
So, you know, our mission of MWO South Florida is to encourage, you know, Muslim women and their families to be a meaningful group. And we are really committed to community service, personal development, and just philanthropy. Just going out and helping others. I mean, it's just is the core of our organization, and that's really our vision. You know, we were founded in 2014, and you know, since then, everything has been about you know, helping even other organizations with their initiatives, and you know, really plowing forward to you know, work with the community and work with our children and our husbands. We have spouses that help, and children, to really drive us to, you know, better ourselves as a community.
So it's all about building women?
Yes, it is.
Or making women stronger?
Yes, it is. It is. And, you know, it's about even our children. It's just not even sometimes about the women. It's about what you bring, the fundamentals that you bring, you know, at home. And because really that applies to your home life. It applies to your children. It applies to those around you. What can we do, you know, as an organization to make a difference and to encourage other women and give them a platform and come out, and even other organizations. I mean, we link up with a lot of other organizations that we work with to even help them to get their word out and just to uplift each other. That's really what it is. You know, like for me, I felt like journalism and MWO went hand in hand because you really have to love it. You know, it's growth, and it's something that should motivate you every day. I feel like everybody who's on the board and is part of the organization, it motivates us every day to wake up and to do better and to help other women in all kinds of ways, you know, with events, with organization, with personal development, with just philanthropy in general.
So I like the idea of mission is phenomenal, unique.
Yeah.
Now, we have been speaking for over 15 minutes now.
Yeah.
Time just goes.
I know,
right?
it flies by.
So we're going to go on a short break.
Okay.
But when we come back, I would really like you to share with our audience, you know, your vision.
Okay.
The mission is one thing.
Yes.
A lot of people got a mission.
Yes.
But they don't have a vision.
Vision, yes, correct.
And then the mission does not get accomplished.
Yes.
So what is the vision? What are some of the events you do? What you plan to do?
Perfect.
How you see your Muslim Women Organization benefiting women at large, locally?
Yes.
You know, in recent time, I'm very much into thinking global.
Yes.
And global, we have a theme that we use in Al-Hikmat. When I speak to the girls and the people in Al-Hikmat, I say, we go LIN.
Yes.
LIN means local, international, and national. Now, there's a difference with LIN and NIL.
Yeah.
So if you say NIL, national, international, local, you may not get anything done because it's nil. Nil
Right.
means nothing.
Right.
So we reversed it to LIN.
Okay.
So whatever you do on Muslim Women Organization, because of the world nowadays, how things are so global, you know, what are your vision that can help women local,
Right.
international, national? Because I think anything people do wherever, it should help Muslim women,
Absolutely.
Muslims, humanity
Absolutely.
at large. And before we go on the break, do you accommodate non-Muslim women?
Yes, absolutely. We do a lot of interfaith stuff. I mean, the whole point of getting MWO out there is to get other organizations involved. The key, I think, to live in today's society is to know that we are working all together. So, you know, we have other organizations that we partner up, other, you know, Jewish organizations that we partner up with as well, where we do events, we do interfaith, especially, you know, interfaith iftar is something that we are looking to do this upcoming year. And it's so important because times have changed. You know, it's important for other non-Muslims to know as well that this organization is there to work side by side with them as well. And just to get the word out of MWO and what we do for women as a whole, even in the Muslim society, you know, in the Muslim community and the non-Muslim community. So we work hand in hand. Absolutely.
Good. So when we come back after the short break, we want to go in some details on what are some of those things you do,
Perfect.
you know, with Muslims, non-Muslims,
Absolutely.
events, etc. So again, viewers, it has been a pleasure talking to Sister Shireen Ali Niazi. She, as we said in the beginning, if you just tune on, she has a Bachelor of Science in Journalism. She is the Public Relations Director for Muslim Women Organization. A lot of experience, a lot of vision, and we'll continue our conversation with her that can really benefit our women worldwide. Thank you very much.
Al-Hikmat services serving the Muslim community and non-Muslim community. Dawah and interfaith activities, distribution of Quran and Islamic publications, sponsoring students to study Islam, Al-Hikmat Da'i, Dawah and Interfaith Institute. Also, Friday sermons by Shaikh Shafayat are live on alhikmattv.com from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. Download our free Al-Hikmat TV app on your mobile devices. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Feel free to donate to Al-Hikmat Dawah services online with a credit card or PayPal at alhikmat.com. For more details, contact Al-Hikmat office at 1-800-804-0267 or our local number 954-986-0158 and visit us at www.alhikmat.com. Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Global Issues on Al-Hikmat TV, 24/7 online. And once more, it is a pleasure to have with us in the studio Sister Shireen Ali Niazi. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
And those of you who have just tuned in, we have been talking a little bit about Sister Shireen's background, who has a Bachelor of Science in Journalism, and her experience and her present position as the Public Relations Officer with the Muslim Women Organization. So now we're going to get a little more in details with the vision of the Muslim Women Organization. So tell us, what's the vision? What are some of the accomplishments you guys hope to accomplish?
Sure, absolutely. Our vision is for the Women's Organization of South Florida consists of Muslim women all over South Florida who are working together to improve their lives, serve their community. We accomplish this by supporting existing community initiatives and providing women and their families to get involved and to make a difference. So we try to get not just women, but families involved in different projects and different community events
so
that we do.
The woman is the one who is the member of the organization.
Yes.
And she brings along her family.
Absolutely, because sometimes it's...
Because if it's a woman organization, do you have men membership, male membership?
Well, our membership contains of women, because most of our events are women.
Okay.
But we do have initiatives.
I'm just asking questions based on how the viewers would be thinking.
Absolutely. We do have initiatives because it does start from your families. I mean, a lot of these viewpoints of community service or philanthropy or working to help the community starts at home. So we really feel like we have an amazing event that we do. It's called Project Downtown. And it's during Ramadan time frame. And it's the first Saturday, we try to do it the first Saturday of Ramadan. Everybody comes out with their children, with their families. I take my children. They absolutely love it. They spend the day feeding the homeless. And, you know, when you're fasting, what other way to help you realize, you know, what these people are going through on a daily basis than to serve food while you're fasting? And it's a wonderful, wonderful event. And it really helps. I mean, it puts even my children, you know, they tell me, Mommy, you know, it makes us really understand what they're going through.
And you surely need a family to do that, because I don't expect a bunch of girls alone going down Project Downtown. You guys will be mobbed and all that.
No, we have a lot of women that go, but it's really nice to see that, you know, it starts at home. It really starts with a vision of wanting to help others and help people in need and working together, you know, as a family unit to show that to your children. And I tell you, it makes a huge difference. There's not a day that goes by where my children are, you know, Mom, I'm going to finish this, because I know what it feels like to be on the tail end and help somebody in need who's hungry and needs the food.
So that gives that peace of mind and accomplishment and everything.
It does, and it not just does it, you know, sometimes I feel like at that event a lot of the women take the back seat because they like pushing their children and their families forward. We have other initiatives that we do during the year.
Of course,
it's
the
nice.
women initiate the husbands and the children to go out and do that.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the structure of this Muslim woman organization. So you got a board.
Absolutely, yes. We have a board. We have a, you know, a sister organization in Orlando, so they have an MWO there as well.
Okay.
And we have a board.
Do you hope to have this spread throughout America?
I mean, you know, I know MWO Tampa has started, and there's different now. It's a great feeling when you see other places
under the same
spreading
name?
out. Yes, under the same name.
Any affiliation officially?
We're affiliated with Orlando. I believe Tampa is coming out. We're still working on, you know, affiliations with them.
I mean, are they independent organizations? Are they branches of your MYO? What's really the technicality?
Orlando is a sister organization for us. So we are a sister organization. When we do retreats or when they have their annual GEMS event, they come to us and we go to them.
So they are an independent organization.
They are, but
they are on the same mission with your sister organization.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Their executive function is a little bit different because I feel like internally they've had some additional time where they've worked internally, so their function is a little bit different.
But they call it MYO.
But they call it MWO as well, yes.
MWO.
Yes, so we're a sister organization of that as well. Yes, we have a president. Shahnaz Yassin is our president. She's phenomenal. She's amazing. She's our president now, and we have Sayda Beg. She's on the board as well. She's our secretary, and then we have Sabahat Sharif. She's on the board as well. And these are all women who work other jobs as well and do other things, you know, during the day, but also commit their time and really value what the organization brings to the community.
I like that.
Yes,
I like that.
which is really nice.
And you got a membership.
We do. We have a membership base.
So how many members you got?
We have, right now, I think we're at maybe 100 members. So we have a good membership base. This year is very unique. So this year we're actually having an election. Previous years there were board elected members. And this year we thought, what better way to show that we are, you know, about democracy? And what better way to show that our members this year are actually going to vote in other board members this year. So it's going to be a member vote, and it's not going to be run by our board. We're going to have previous board members come in, take over, and run, you know, this vote for this year. So it's going to be amazing. This has been a game changer for us because this is a different year. Every year it's been, you know, board nominations and board voting internally. And this year we want people from the community to nominate other people to come onto the board.
But the people got to be members.
Absolutely, yes.
And what's the membership fee?
So our membership fee was $10. And now it was a 2-year membership.
$10 for 2 years.
Yes, and now you have voting privileges, and then you also were able to come and listen to lectures without paying any fee to come and listen. You know, we have a lot of different lectures and seminars that we do through the year for personal development.
But now your membership is going to be raised, of course, right?
Well, we're gonna see. I mean, the other thing is we want to make it affordable. We want women to be able to come in and be part of an organization and feel that they're part of an organization without having to put most of their expenses in and pay a large fee. So we try to keep it pretty nominal. I mean, we have ticket sales and other things for our GEMS event that we do, where, you know, we help make money there, but we try to keep it very nominal.
Yeah, you got the GEMS event.
We do.
What does GEMS stand for?
So the GEMS event is actually an amazing event. It just is, it's a way to, you know, a gem is like somebody in the community who, she's a gem. And we bring in women. So far it's been just a women's event. We haven't included men. Though Orlando has included men and has made it a family event, we still have made it a women's event. But we come in and we find a speaker. We had Daisy Khan the previous years, and we had Sister Aisha Prime, who was absolutely phenomenal. And they come in and they speak. And it's usually, you know, women's topics, women's roles, how women are changing society. And then we give awards out to women in the community who have helped all different aspects. We've given awards out for women who have helped Syrian refugees, helped tutor them, or help them survive and thrive in this community, because when they came here they had nobody. So we've given a lot of awards out, you know, awards with other women who have helped with other organizations but have done something to the community. So it's our time to let these women shine. We have them come up on stage, we give them a plaque, we show them how much we actually truly appreciate what they've done for our community. So it's a nice way to really appreciate women as a whole and give them the opportunity.
So you're more into promoting women?
Absolutely.
Events, women personalities,
accomplishments,
progress.
because there's so much that women do behind the scene that they're not always appreciated.
Well, you know, Al-Hikmat, last year we did I think it was last year, we did a recognition of women who have achieved certain levels of success. And I like that. I like what you guys are doing. But tell me something. What about your area of women who are in problems and difficulties? What's your vision? I mean, you don't have to be doing anything there, but you can partner with someone else. But what is your vision into that area?
We have an area of personal development. And personal development really focuses on ways to better oneself. We live in a community where people don't like to talk about personal problems. You know, it's shunned upon, or depression, or anxiety, or issues that women could be having, but they don't feel comfortable coming out and directly telling us this is what our problem is. So we focus on personal development. We have speakers that come in. We had, you know, a Keys to Happiness. We actually did an event here, which was Dr. Farzana Hafizullah. She's a physician, and she talked about ways to keep oneself happy, how to focus on oneself. We also did a event where we had a speaker come in and talk about, you know, marital issues and, you know, issues that you could be having at home. So it gives a way for women to talk about issues that are not always on the forefront, because people a lot of times are scared. They don't want to say, I have this problem at home. Sometimes people are not even ready to grasp that they could have depression or other underlying issues or health issues, and they don't want to talk about it, or they're stuck in a slump. We have so many personal development you know, programs during the year
to motivate them.
And to really help them.
What about people who are in like situation, I don't know, financial, domestic violence, areas like that?
Well, that's the wonderful thing about being able to help with other organizations, take initiatives with other organizations. I mean, Noor Center is an amazing organization. They do domestic violence. So we are able to link up with other organizations that, you know, feel very strongly. We have the food pantry too, which a lot of our volunteers
So if someone comes to you with a problem like that, domestic violence, food problem, financial need, with you partner with other organizations that you would put them on to, or you will get the other organization to work with them and help them.
And help
that's
them.
Phenomenal.
And
because everybody cannot just go about reinventing the wheel. It gets, you know, I see that being a problem in the Muslim community. Everybody wants to open a pantry. Everybody wants to open a woman organization. Everybody, you know, that is so frustrating because what it does, it makes the power too thin.
Yes.
And then you're not able to have high voltage power to get things properly done.
And that's the unique thing about MWO is we're not just catered or faceted towards one thing. We can do so many different things because we do link up with other organizations.
By linking with other people.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
And I think that's how you attain success.
You do, because it's not about just oneself. It's about helping somebody.
Definitely.
And what do you do to help that person?
I mean, that's why on this show, I love inviting people, Al-Hikmat, we call people of different fields, different faiths, different professions. Come and talk about it, let the world know.
Absolutely.
And we just want to promote and share what's happening there, out there, for the whole world to see globally. This world, it's so small now with the internet.
Absolutely.
You know,
and sometimes people don't know where to go.
yes, what you were saying here can help a woman all the way in Pakistan. A Muslim woman organization can evolve and start doing things, whether it be Pakistan, Arabia, Africa, in the Caribbean.
Absolutely.
You know, people go online and
they
go on YouTube
and
get advice.
They do, and sometimes you don't know where to go. You don't know where to start. Even if you say you move from another town, sometimes you don't know where to go. You say, I move and I don't know where my community is and I don't know how to engage with other women from my community. This gives you a platform to be able to do that. I mean, there's so many events during the year, and we encourage, you know, women to come out and be a part of it.
So how do you get your message out? You are the public relations director.
I do. I mean, I do a lot of media stuff as well, but we have, you know, a website which people plug into. We do events during the year, which we try to get so many people on. And then, you know, we have a lot of local mosques too that put our events out, you know, during the year. So we try as much as we can, but really media is the best way to get it out. We have
and
a
I suppose
Facebook
most
page.
of your women husbands are very influential.
They are.
In organizations. So when the husbands get the message out there of what the Muslim
we have a lot of
organization
imams
is doing.
that help us out too, and they get the message out for us. You know, we do a Eid toy drive during Ramadan, and it's amazing. I mean, the outpour of toys that we get from the masjids that we collect is phenomenal. And we have kids that, you know, want Eid toys, and their families that are needy that need them, and we give the Eid toys to these children. And it's amazing. Our kids come, and you know, MWO members come, and their children come, and they wrap the toys, they make bikes, they do everything they can, and it's so rewarding, you know.
So technically, any woman can come to an organization and get help, get motivated, get supported. You have the keys to other organizations. I mean, I'm using the word keys, but the link that you can find somewhere to bring this woman under the roof, so to speak, to get her feel welcome and accommodated.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we have even programs that we had for Syrian refugees. They came here and with nobody, and they didn't know where to start off. They didn't know what to do, and we would go in and we would help them learn English, or, you know, just even...
Your services, is it only limited to members?
It's not. It's not only just limited to members. I mean, the Syrian refugees were just women who came from another country, didn't know what to do.
That's why I'm asking the question. I'm sure you did.
But and it's not. I mean, even with our interfaith, we have, you know, members from other communities, like Jewish communities, and, you know, other members from other communities. It's not just only to our members. It's about women in general.
Excellent. So how do you motivate other women? Now, you know, I'm a guy, love to motivate and do. I'm all about motivation.
Absolutely.
I'm all about progress and growth. How do you motivate non-members to become members?
So when we have events, like our GEMS event, we have 300 plus people that show up to the event. That's a lot of people. And we really reach out. We want the community to know we're here for their needs. So we give out surveys. We ask them to be involved. What are some of their talents? What are some of their ways that they can get involved? Because for us, it's all about involvement and serving our community and really finding out what our needs of our community is. I mean, that's how we knew that we really needed to focus a lot on personal development. There was a lot of women that would come forth and say, you know, I'm having this problem or this issue in a survey, or wanted to stay anonymous. You know, this is what I need help with. And then we would do initiatives of, you know, initiatives and have speakers come and really work on personal development for these women that needed that. So it's really important to hear what your members and even non-members have to say about what they need in the community.
So
It's
that
all about
motivates
communities.
people to become members.
And it motivates people. And after every event, we always say, please come. Please be a part of this. You know, this is our community. It's not our organization. It's our community. How can we better it? What can we do? Come on board. And we really encourage women from the outside to come onto the board and be a part of it.
Do you have any other organization like what you guys do, Muslim Women Organization, around, besides what you told me in Orlando and Tampa, sister organization, but I mean any competitors that duplicate what you do?
You know, we do. We have other organizations that pop up and give us a call saying, you know, we want to start an MWO where we're at. And, you know, it's great. It's all about helping and it's all about empowering women. So I do feel like it has motivated others to do stuff. There are other organizations, you know, in Chicago as well, MWA they are. And so it encourages, but I feel like it's never really to be competitive. It's to encourage. And sometimes they just want to know your insight. What are your events that you do? How do you have so many people that come out to support your events? And it's really about sharing too. And it's about sharing insight, you know.
And I try to tell people it is so important to balance this sort of sharing.
Yes.
When I say that, because I see what's happening in the world today. Everybody thinks of an idea, or they came to a women's organization, they love what you did, they start another organization to do the same.
They do.
Not realizing that power really comes when you allow everybody to do what they have the ability in doing. You link, you connect, you work like the human body.
Absolutely.
You know, if you were to put a brain in a person's hand,
yes,
you know what's going to happen? The hands won't work.
Absolutely.
The hand is going to say, well, I'm the brain, brother.
Yes,
I'm going to stay like the head and do no work.
Absolutely.
So then the hands, there's no hand work.
Absolutely. And that's the beautiful thing about connecting. That's a beautiful thing about helping other people's initiatives. Because then you're working hand in hand. You know, it's not even just about, oh, it's only MW, it's a Muslim organization. It's about interfaith with even other communities. And that's the beauty about it. Not everybody feels that way, you know, but it's very important as a Muslim community to feel that way because we should support each other's causes. It's very important.
Well, you know what? It has been nice talking to you, getting some details about your background, about Muslim Women Organization. We have touched the mission of MWO, the vision of MWO, some of the events that you do, and I like that name, Gems.
Yes.
Seems as though you got some gems with some wonderful thinkers there.
Absolutely.
Just to come up with the word gems is so beautiful. You know, they're the gems of the society, and women are the gems of society at the end of the day.
They are.
So as we close and we conclude, what would you like to share with our audience?
I'd like to share some upcoming events that we're doing, ways that women can get involved. So we have an American Breast Cancer Society walkathon October 27th. You could actually link up on our website. We're doing an MWO group of women that are actually walking for that. So that's on October 27th. And then we have a Thanksgiving food basket with the City of Sunrise to help needy families and make baskets.
Nice.
That's November 19th. And then we have Habitat for Humanity to build homes, which is amazing.
Wow.
And that's November 10th. So I would just, like to encourage women to get involved, come to our events. We do have a website. It's www.mwosfl.southfloridamuslims.com. So please come on our website, get involved. Involvement is the ultimate key for all women in general. Get involved, strive for your community, work hard, and just make it a better place for all of us. And that's the key.
Thank you very much. It has really been a pleasure to have you,
Thank you,
Sister Shireen Ali Niazi, on this show, Global Issues. And what better topic than women could we have spoken about? Women issues, Muslim Women Organization, what you do, accomplished, and your vision and what you want to accomplish. I'm sure that our viewers out there, our women, our families would definitely have benefited a lot from what you guys do and what you had to share here, especially with your background and coming into the women organization. And I want you to feel free to contact Al-Hikmat, whether it's on the media, in the television that we run online, we got other national programs or magazines, social media. Please feel free to send us your events and upcoming events.
Perfect.
So we can help broadcast it and promote it, because we're all together.
Absolutely.
We're all on this same ship. We're all citizens on this earth, and we need to work together, and that is what brings strength.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much
again.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you. It's a
Thank you so
pleasure, and
much.
I want to thank our viewers out there. I'm sure you benefited from what Sister Shireen had to say, and I'm sure she has motivated a lot of you to get involved in your local organizations, wherever you are, women organizations, the mosque, whatever organizations, and help do things that will be better for the society and humanity at large. Once more, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Since 9/11, there has been a great fear of Islam.
We need Muslims, I always say, to speak up in this
Yes.
country.
Much of our Islamic community is perceived to be insular.
Most Americans have never met a Muslim or are not aware of having met a Muslim.
Most people don't have enough education in terms of what the entirety of Islam represents.
It's very easy to hate someone or to put stereotypes on people that you've never interacted with.
But do you think if Muslims were more integrated in society, in America, in the United States of America, then there would have been less anti-Muslim scenario?
I think it's even more important that our clergy speak up. They are, after all, the moral force in our community.
You see, the Islam that is celebrated is one which opens its doors.
Having this type of dialogue in terms of a community outreach or
Something that Muslims have to do is go out just like you do and inviting non-Muslims to the iftar. That and you do a lot of speaking to mixed groups.
We have to change the language from us versus them to a language of we.
I believe that if we can stand together against the forces of hatred and be unified in this country, then we can do wonderful things.
Bringing us together to enhance the beauty of humankind.
I think religion can be such a powerful force for unity.
Of course.
We've made it into this powerful force for disunity.
Keep trying to understand each other and care for each other and keep building a world community, because I believe that that's what God wants for us all.
And I'm in their mosques and they're in my temple, and it's been a phenomenal experience. I've had a very warm and welcoming experience from all the brothers and sisters in the community.
That every human being is either your brother in faith or brother in humanity.
In Arabic, the word is lita'arafu, so that you will learn to understand one another.
And this is the truth of what it should be. You see, this is why I am so pleased to come here today, to support the work of Al-Hikmat.
The kind of intolerance and the violence that we see across the globe is rooted in ignorance, which we can overcome by teaching.
Yes.
Also
Yes.
rooted in fear, which we can overcome by experiencing, where we can actually live in each other's presence. You know, it's rooted in this myopic kind of my way only, rather than this understanding that maybe all of us have more in common, and at the core of who we are is this truly global family that we belong to.
I'd like to say what a joy and pleasure it is to have SHAIKH SHAFAYAT as my friend, as my teacher, as my co-worker in the vineyard of Allah, God, where we work together to make this world a better place, to do God's work, to do the work which we are commanded to do as human beings.
All praises are due to Allahu Allah. All praises are due to Allahu Allah. Allahu 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 Allah. Allahu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you would like to dedicate copies of one of these publications as Sadaqah Jariyah, continuous blessings for your parents or dear ones who have passed away, or fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah, please give us a call so we can place your names on these dedicated publications. You can call us at 954-986-0158, or you can also visit us at www.alhikmat.com.
Allah is the creator of different faces. Allah is the creator of all races. Allahu, 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 Allah.
Salam alayka, ya Habib.
Bounty Kings, Bounty Castles presents brand new luxury castles for all events. You can contact us at telephone number 749-4342, or you can also email us at bountykings1@gmail.com. A-Class Glamour presents to you wholesaling and retailing of premium lines of cosmetics for all skin types, designer jewelry, and many accessories. Brands include ColourPop, Maybelline, Revlon Professional, Urban Decay, Sephora, and many more. To get a hold of these products, you can call Sadiq Khan at 345-5824 or Amira Khan at 759-6089. You can also visit our Facebook page at A-Class Glamour to follow for newly released lines of products. Al-Hikmat Dawah Services is offering a Ramadan Umrah trip visiting Medina and Mecca on May 11th to May 20th, 2019. Group will be led by SHAIKH SHAFAYAT with an approximate cost of $24.95 per person, departing from Miami, Florida, inshallah. If you are interested in this package, please contact Al-Hikmat Dawah Services at USA Office 954-986-0158 or our Trinidad Office 868-325-8276, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com.
Truly he is the one, he has no father or son.